Major news, Sports Illustrated tweeting out exclusive content from Tom Verducci's article that hasn't been released yet. Shohei Ohtani, according to Tom Verducci, is off the trade market. Los Angeles, 4 games off a wildcard spot, will instead make a push for the postseason. Now, in this article, other details that have come out, according to Tom Verducci, the Angels are not getting a top prospect from any of the teams that have engaged them regarding Shohei Ohtani. They want a top prospect. Now, again, Ohtani, as great as he is a rental for a few months, but it's not just, it's a 2-player rental. It's an all-star ace game 1 guy, game 7 guy on the mound, and the best home run hitter in baseball who's going to bat second on any team he would go get traded to. So I get it, it's a rental, but it's a rental for 2 incredible players.
You really are shocked by this news, aren't you? I'm not.
Blown away.
I've been telling you for a month and a half. He's not going anywhere. He's ending the year in an Angels uniform. I don't care if they lose 6 in a row to the trade deadline.
Okay.
He will be wearing an Angels uniform.
Okay, but we have seen articles like this, reports like this before, when we're days away from the trade deadline and a team, a source inside the organization tells a member of the media, hey, we're not getting anything close to what we want.
Right.
So put it out there. Tell them that we're taking him off the market. We're not like 8 hours away from the deadline passing. We're days away from the deadline passing. Anything can happen.
So you saying you think it could be a little bit of bait? Get the team start calling, hey, we got a top prospect.
Yeah, everybody knows
I
they're
don't
not
know.
happy.
I look at the Angels are now 4 games back in the wild card. They legitimately think that they have an opportunity. And if I'm a team and I'm an owner in Artie Moreno, Perry Manassian, president or GM, if I think I have a legitimate opportunity, you got to keep Shohei. Now, like a lot of people, I want to see him traded. I want to see him traded to a team that has a real opportunity, aspirations to win a World Series. Mm-hmm. But if you're a team that thinks that you have that opportunity and you're the Angels, you have to keep him.
So I like to operate in worst-case scenarios.
Okay.
I operate in worst-case scenarios while I'm driving. So when I'm driving, and there's a car next to me, I'm assuming they're going to cut me off. Every time I'm driving, I assume they're going to cut me off. When I'm on television, I assume that the video's not going to roll. I assume the worst-case scenario all the time, and then I'm pleasantly surprised all the time, right?
Okay.
So if you're the Angels, the worst-case scenario here is you hold on to him, you don't go to the playoffs.
Right.
And then you lose him in free agency. So let's operate in worst-case scenario. You hold on to the greatest baseball talent we've ever seen. You don't go to the playoffs again. He's obsessed with winning. You can't do that. And you have to operate this way. You have to commit yourself. We're okay letting a 2-way superstar that we'll never see again in the sport leave for a compensation pick. And you got to be okay that you decided that that is going to be what we're going to take as our prize as Shohei signs somewhere else, because we can't assume we're keeping him when he keeps telling members of the media he really wants to win. I really want to win. I really want to win. So the worst case scenario, you got to be okay with the worst case scenario if you're the Angels, right?
And they are. I've been telling you this for weeks. There's one match, a team that is loaded with prospects, and that is the Dodgers. They're not doing business with the Dodgers. They're not trading Shohei to the Dodgers. The other 2 teams that have prospects that are young teams, do you think the Reds and the Orioles really want to disrupt this youth movement that they have going on, to rent a player for 2 months, to give up at least 2 guys that you feel you have a bright future? It's not happening. Those 2 teams don't operate like that. So it leaves you with one team, the Dodgers. And they're not doing business with the Dodgers.
Even though the Dodgers could literally give them what they want.
No, they're not going to do it. And I don't blame them for not doing it. Listen, this is a good brand, the Angels. It is. Listen, they take kind of a back seat because of the Dodgers are the big fish in the market, kind of like the White Sox and the Cubs. It's just the way it is.
So you think the Angels are going to outbid the Dodgers for Shohei Ohtani?
I think somehow, some way, Artie Moreno is going to try to put something together that's competitive, and they're going to sell Mike Trout, the experience that he's had playing for the Angels, and try to give them as best the financial package as he can.
The way I look at it is, if they're going to end up with him anyway, and you know this, we've been hearing rumors that the Dodgers have been operating in the offseason during winter meetings the last couple of years.
Getting ready for it.
Getting ready for Shohei Ohtani. They've been obsessed with this guy. So if you're the Angels and you know the Dodgers are all in on Ohtani and they're going to go hard and they win every single year, which is what Shohei Ohtani wants. He likes staying on the West Coast. They're the big brand out there. I know you're competitive with them. Why let them just sign him away?
That's where
Why not take like 3 of their prospects from them?
That's what I get frustrated about is knowing that you have teams, if it's the Dodgers, if it's, the Orioles, if it's the Rays, the Mariners, you have teams out there that now we're hearing they don't want to do business with the Dodgers. But if they have the best players available, that's hard for me to now look at next year. If he does sign with the Dodgers, be like, man, we got Shohei over there across town, and we could have had a couple of their prospects.
They gave us nothing. And a compensation pick, when you're over the luxury tax, we're not talking like a first-round pick.
Right.
We're talking about a selection in the 60s.
Yeah.
So, and doing the draft all the time, that's a big differential there. You got your top 20 guys, and then everybody else, and maybe some of them pan out.
Maybe, just maybe, this will be the Aaron Judge saga part 2. There were a lot of people, you included, that thought when the winter meeting started, he's gone. He's going to be a Giant. He's going to be a Mariner. He's going to be a Met. Aaron Judge has played his last day in a Yankees uniform.
I truly believe that.
Right. And I think what Aaron Judge did, he played a great hand of poker. He brought all the bigger market teams in, and I think it got to a point where the Yankees were like, I think he's going to leave. We better pull up our sleeves here and convince this guy to stay. I'm telling you, I really, in the bottom of my heart, I think he's wearing an Angels uniform in spring training, and I'll gladly pay for golf the entire 30 teams in 30 days.
Hey, how are you gonna go to a team that, with Mike Trout, they haven't shown the ability to win? Like, if we're players, as former players, and we know we want to go to a place to win, and I'm looking at these other teams, whether it be Texas, whether it be the Dodgers, the Mariners, or all these teams that are building and starting to get great, that have the money, I'm looking at one of them to spend the rest of my career with.
Right.
I'm not looking at the team where I said, man, we really struggled with me and Mike Trout, the best player in baseball. That, to me, that's what I look at that situation as a player. Obviously, Shohei could be thinking totally different, but that's how I kind of look at it.
I'm not buying it. I love Tom Verducci, and I'm sure everything he's got is factual. I'm not saying. I just think this is leverage ploy.